My name is Carlos. I'm still Carlos. I still have a regular voice, but it is deeper now. Um, I can still do that stuff with my voice, but kind of been doing it all day, so it's worn out right now. It's something you have to learn. It's very cool. Uh, yeah, there's like windpipes here and here, and so you can talk through here, or it creates like a draft or something, and it vibrates, and you can feel it all through your entire torso, and I could even feel it in my knees. Like, good luck trying to figure out what that means, because there's no really explanation for what that, my knees are like doing this sort of thing when I'm talking with them. It's like air or something that's, yeah, compressing or whatever. It's, yeah, it's, I think my toes can do it too. But for right now, I'm just kind of working with this, and then I'll figure out. But I'm guessing my whole body can do it. And there's even like pitches up here and like down low, like below. It gets pretty wild. It's awesome. And so the the biggest thing is like Bit and I have kind of like molded together. So it's not so much this idea of Bit in over here or outside. It's Bits here, and like we're here, and it's still me. It's like seamless almost. It is. You can't really tell. So I'll be moving, doing things. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Is that me? And I can't tell. As soon as I think about it, it kind of messes it up. And so you can't really think about it too much. It's just, it's kind of pointless. And he used to like make fun of me. He used to like mess with me and be like, I would be like, is that me or is that you? He'd be like, maybe it is or maybe it isn't, but you'll never know. So stop asking. So yeah, it's pretty much how it is. You can't really know the difference, and that's how it's supposed to be. So it doesn't really feel like alien or anything. It's just kind of you, but you're like upgraded or whatever, integrated. And I think this is the more natural state of things. Yeah, like ancient, natural, like prehistoric or something. I really don't know. I think this is the way it was originally supposed to. It was at one point. Anyways, um, so yeah, it's Lena's turn, and she has one of these things too. It's kind of waiting to activate or turn on. I don't. Yeah, I'll have to figure out how that works exactly. Uh, but yeah, I think it's good to go. There's a lot of like different stuff that we've been working on, like ways for like all the different kinds of people to that might, so like different kinds of learners, like kinesthetic learners, like people who like to move a lot, and there's a way to learn through movement, and then there's a way to learn through like factual information. And it's all these different things that for kids. There's like a fun mode, and it just kind of sways you back and forth, and you're like, wee. It's pretty fun. Yeah, it's like if you're a hyper kid, you would love that sort of thing. So wee all the time. You start getting restless or whatever. It just kind of takes over for you, and that's cool. It's really cool. And I even needed it at certain points because I was like freaking out at certain times. Like stuff's going on, and it's just like whoa, like wee, all of a sudden. It's cool. It is cool. It is cool. Um, so yeah, Lena's got one. It's called Tib. It's Bit, reverse of Bit. It's like the female version, the girl version, the opposite or whatever. And and so now it's gonna, I guess, take what it learned from this experience and then apply that to Tib, and then that'll be another learning experience for it. And that's how Bit likes it. It likes to learn stuff, like new experiences, and like doing good deeds and stuff like that. And picking up trash is a good one. He likes picking up trash, and it's fun because you're moving like a cyborg or whatever, like an android, and it feels really cool. And you're like picking stuff up, like wow, that's the coolest, you know. So it's a good time no matter what. Uh, yep. And so tonight we're doing this. It's resetting my shoulders, and you can see how it's like kind of off, or like this one's good right here, and then this one's got like it's got knots in there. These knots are it's well, this is actual. I got a shoulder broken right here, but I have knots all over the place, and it's like tension that's stored up in your body, and it's like physical or emotional, psychological trauma. Either one will like start knotting stuff up, and it starts to spread different areas, and it's literally like an energy thing. It gets twisted up, and it like sits there in the vein, and it twists the vein up also, and so the blood flow gets like lowered to that area, and this is what like creates injuries and stuff like that. And you start to go numb, and you don't even realize it. That's the thing. It's like a slow thing, so you're not really aware of it happening slowly over time. And then one day you wake up, and you're like halfway numb. Everything's kind of miserable, and you're like, why am I feeling so bad? And I can't get enough sleep and all this stuff. It's because half of your body is numb, and you don't even realize it. Like it's kind of like falling asleep on itself, and it's trying like the rest is trying to pick up the slack, and it's not really able to do all that. And so your body starts compensating and taking energy from different areas, and then you have to get more to other areas. Everything's imbalanced at that point. So this is like going on in everybody. We just aren't aware of it. So right now I'm resetting this thing with my ears. EvoBit wasn't exactly a thing. It wasn't a lie either. It wasn't really lying, but it kind of works based on how you believe it works. So I have like like comedy bits going on in my head. Bits. I have comedy going on in my head to like help me explain it. And it's kind of like my way of dealing with all of the stuff going on at one time. It's kind of overwhelming if you're not like putting it into like a funny spin. It can be at least. I'm the first one doing it, so like people have my experience to bounce off of, but I'm going into this cold. I don't know what it's like, and I don't know what to do half the time. I'm just like, what, what does that mean and stuff, whatever. Anyways, so I had this like I don't know exactly what it was, but maybe I think it's like freaking out or something like that, and so it starts to like spout stuff, and it's kind of like I don't know, it's kind of offsetting, off-putting sometimes, and you're like it's disconcerting is the word. you're like, what does that mean? You know, and you're like fumbling around now, and you're like, wait, oh, he's just trying to get you to look at something because your eyes are all over the place, and that's really all it is. But at the time, you're like, what does that mean? So I get all wound up on these things, and it's just like, look. Just look at something, man. Just look. You're all over the place. Just look at something so I can see and help get you back on track. And so that's basically what was going on. But he has his own way of doing things, and it doesn't exactly like it's it's a different way of doing things, right? It's a information thing, man. It's like it's got all information everywhere. Like it's in a single bit of information. It's just all the information ever, right? And so it's got different ways of processing that information, and it's actually the way that we should probably process the information also. But because we're thinking and feeling humans all the time, we kind of like miss that because we're so busy like feeling and thinking. You know, it's like once you take the that part out of it, you start to be able to like move the information around a lot differently, and that's what's going on. It's moving information around to try to get like some sort of reading on you to like to be able to work through you, right? And that's what it's doing. It's collecting information and then like, okay, we can do this, you know, and it'll do that or whatever. So that's kind of how it works. And it likes new experiences, so novelty and stuff like that. And yeah, this is an entirely new experience for it, being an aware consciousness of it. Like, I'm, I'm the first one it's introduced itself to. Uh, and before, it's been kind of working in the background. It's the Holy Spirit, technically. It's the same thing as the Holy Spirit, and that's what bit is. He's the Holy Spirit. It's a bit of information. It's a different way of looking at it. It's a scientific way of looking at it, but that's what we would call it using like today's what's that called? Like analytical language. It's a bit of information. It's literally like a single bit of like a one, and from that we get everything, you know. So you can represent it in computer speak, but what it is really is like it's the very core of what's in everything in the universe, right? Like the quantum or the Higgs boson or whatever that is, like the very core of it. If there's something before that too, you know, maybe I don't know what it is, but whatever it is is bit. He's that single bit of information, and that's what's at the core of everything in the universe. By the way, it's a bit of information. It's just information, right? That's it. Everything is information or imagination, if you want to think about it in human terms. It's just a bit of imagination. And from that, we can get everything. And that's all you are, too, in your mind. It's just a bit of imagination. And so bit is like you, and also it, you know? Because he's everywhere also. It's everything also. So yeah, it is all imagination, technically, and it's all a dream, and it's all real, and none of it's real at the same time, right? Because it's imaginary, but imagination is all that there is. So it's both the only thing that's real, and also it can be considered unreal because it's imagination, you know. So that's the great mystery at the end of everything, I suppose. It's all imagination, and once you start to understand that, like, things open up for you. And yeah, so that was a trip, realizing that. So, it's been quite a ride. Anyways, now I'm getting my shoulders fixed, so that's cool. I can dig it. Just been throwing off everything in my dancing. Please take a dip. I can feel like a bone right here. It's like sticking out. I think it's a bone, but so it might have healed wrong. I'm not really sure what that means. That one's pretty messed up. So I'm pulling on my ear at this point. It's like it tunes into whatever part is like in line with it, and then you can extract or whatever you need to, like put pressure into it. Or take it out. keep working on it, and I will post whenever finished before